a million-dollar mansion on the coast of Florida, is rumored to house a terrifying ghost.
It felt like looking into the face of sheer evil.
Alive, he committed unspeakable atrocities.
Someone died from a hanging right there.
Dead, he continues his reign of terror.
You didn't want to turn your back. You didn't want to close your eyes for fear of what might happen if you did. I was terrified. I was afraid for my children. I was afraid for myself.
Whatever was there was after me.
Will the family get out before it's too late? In America, there is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality. Among the waterways and marshes of the Escambia Bay in Pensacola, Florida, stands a majestic million-dollar mansion. In the summer of 2009, Jennifer Welburn and her two teenage daughters, Lauren and Candace, bask in the beauty of their new home.
Before we moved to Florida, it was just the girls and I. I was a single mom, trying to raise them, put them both through school, take care of all of their daily needs, all by myself.
I was like, wow, this is really my house. I was like, I'm dreaming. Somebody smack me and wake me up.
Hey, Jen, you about ready to go?
I was, until I came out here.
Pretty spectacular, isn't it?
A few months earlier, Jennifer and her high school sweetheart, Jamie, reconnected and got engaged. Together, they moved into their dream house.
I found this beautiful home close to the water. It was the perfect family house because there was plenty of room for the kids.
So, Lauren, how many times did that guy call you today?
When I first met Jamie, I absolutely loved him.
Twice.
No, it was 3 times.
Like mother, like daughter. Heartbreaker.
He was really sweet, and you could tell he made Mom happy. This is a guy that I can look up to as a dad.
I figured that we would live there happily ever after, but that's not how it turned out.
It turns out the beauty of the house and the surrounding land mask a violent history. Pensacola, Florida is one of the oldest European settlements in North America. By the mid-1800s, the native population had been completely overrun by new landowners. Cotton plantations flourished, and slaves accounted for nearly half of Florida's growing population.
You can imagine Escambia Bay being the waterway right on the property. It was definitely used in slave trading.
Today, the horrors of the past are buried deep, but not dead. Someone has never been able to let go of the land or the house.
Two weeks after moving into the house was when I actually noticed the first signs of something strange going on. I went upstairs and noticed that the pictures were hanging upside down on the wall, as if that's the way we had placed them. Initially, I thought that the girls might be playing a prank on me.
Lauren?
So I walked into my daughter's room.
Lauren?
and her windows were wide open.
Candace?
The blinds were pulled up.
So you know the air condition is on. Why are all the windows in Lauren's room open? She hasn't even been here all day.
I didn't open them.
Well, somebody opened them.
It wasn't me.
So I suppose you didn't flip the picture in the hallway either, huh?
Mom, what are you talking about?
Forget it. Just please keep the windows closed, okay?
Okay.
I thought it was really weird, but I decided not to pay too much attention to it, and I just put it to the side and tried not to think about it.
Over the following months, Jennifer isn't the only one who senses something strange in the new house. A few weeks after moving in, Lauren and Candace enjoy girl time at home while their mom and Jamie are out.
The first time something happened, Candace and I were alone in the house.
What was that?
I don't know. You stay here. I'll go check it out.
And we kept hearing this noise upstairs, sounded like somebody was walking around. And I went into my mom's room where the noise was coming from.
I told you to stay downstairs.
What was it?
I don't know.
There was nobody up there, so we just kind of swept it under the rug and just assumed that it was the house.
Probably nothing. Come on.
A few nights later, Jennifer is alone in the kitchen when she senses a change in the air, as if someone were watching her. For the past month, Jennifer Welburn and her daughters have had the distinct feeling that they are not alone in their charming Escambia Bay, Florida mansion.
I would walk around the house. I felt constantly like I was being watched, but I could never pinpoint what exactly it was. It was just a really eerie feeling.
My grandfather, from before I was even born, had shared ghost stories that just got passed down. But I never really believed in any of it myself. You have to see it to believe it.
But not too long after moving in, Jennifer has a terrifying encounter she can't explain.
It felt like looking into the face of just sheer evil.
I heard a blood-curdling scream, so I immediately ran down thinking that something very bad had happened.
What's wrong?
There's someone in the window. There's someone out there watching me.
We went outside. And there was nothing there. No one, no sign of anyone. I just didn't see nothing.
Well, whoever it was, they're gone now. Did you get a good look at them?
No, but there was someone there. It was a man. He was looking right at me.
But Jamie doesn't believe her.
It was probably just kids. You probably scared them just as much as they scared you.
Somebody was there. Somebody was there. I think maybe the house is haunted or something.
Haunted house? You've been watching way too much television. You know that stuff doesn't even exist.
Finally, I told her, let's just, let it go and keep an eye on things, make sure everything's gonna be fine, no problem.
He didn't feel the house was haunted. He thought that I was crazy. There's no way to explain what's happening, so he just didn't want to hear any of it.
Come on, let's just go on back in the house, okay? Come on back in.
I was really a battle with myself because on one hand, I knew what I had seen. I knew what I'd experienced.
Come on.
And on the other hand, I really didn't believe it.
Everything's all right.
I just could not believe that I had a ghost in my house that was haunting it.
At first, Jennifer keeps the unexpected intruder a secret from her daughters.
I was worried because I had physically experienced something and seen something that no one else had.
But she finally decides to bring it out in the open.
I've sat down with the two girls and explained to them a little bit about what I thought and what I felt, and sure enough, they were experiencing the same types of events and emotions that I was. I finally felt like, okay, I'm not going crazy. Finally, someone else can see this too.
Knowing that Mom was going through the same thing definitely made me scared. When you're the only one feeling it, you're kind of like, well, maybe it's nothing, just kind of brushing under the rug. But to know that somebody else is experiencing the same things makes it more real and definitely a whole lot more scary.
For the next few weeks, talking about the haunting only heightens the fear in the house.
As a parent, it was terrifying that my girls were having to witness a lot of the same things that I had. It was a difficult situation because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I could help them. I couldn't even answer all of these questions for myself.
Within a few months of moving in, tension is at an all-time high. Lauren finds herself walking around on eggshells, in constant fear of the unknown and the unseen.
I was in my room, and I turned around, and it was just a really eerie feeling. Something was in my closet.
For the last few months, Lauren and Candace Welburn have been experiencing paranormal activity in their $1 million Pensacola, Florida home. Everywhere they go, the teenagers sense evil. While their mother, Jennifer, is convinced she's seen a ghost.
I was terrified. I was afraid for my children. I was afraid for myself.
Jennifer's fiancé, Jamie, doesn't believe her.
Strange things were happening in the house, but I didn't believe in the paranormal. It was such a big house, I just thought that maybe she wasn't used to it because it has its own little creaks and sounds.
Then one night, Lauren's instincts go on high alert when she feels a presence in her bedroom.
I was in my room, and I turned around, and something was in my closet. I was petrified. It had this hold on me. It wouldn't let me call for help. I tried to scream out for my mom, but I couldn't get anything out. I felt absolutely helpless. I don't know how long it was, seconds, maybe minutes before I was finally able to scream.
I heard Lauren scream
Lauren, what happened?
and could tell by the way she yelled for me that something had hurt her.
Honey, what's wrong? What's the matter?
She picked her arm up to hang on to me, to cling on to me. She had two, it looked like claw marks. They looked fresh. It was pretty new, whatever had happened.
Lauren remembers the man lunging at her, but not being scratched.
What did you do to your arm?
I don't remember ever being scratched or feeling pain. Seeing that there was completely horrifying for me. It really scared me.
Jennifer fears that the ghost she saw in the window has now attacked her daughter.
What happened?
There was a man.
She was scratched, look.
Jamie has no idea what to think. Now both his fiancée and her daughter are convinced the house is haunted.
By what?
The first thing that went through my mind is, how did it happen? Has she decided to hurt herself for attention, hurt herself and not want to tell us? I mean, I'm really concerned of what the surrounding circumstances are of how it actually happened.
She doesn't know.
There was a man. It attacked me. I'm not going back in there. I can't go back in there.
You don't have to, honey. You don't have to.
She was shaking, trembling. She didn't understand what had just happened to her. She didn't even really understand what she had just seen. As a parent, you protect your child, and I was not able to do that. I was terrified. Whatever it was definitely meant us harm.
Jennifer decides to take no chances with her daughters.
That night, we took Lauren and Candace, and we all slept in the same room. I didn't want my girls alone. I didn't want to be alone. We needed to be together where we could look out and protect one another.
No longer able to hold back her anger, Jennifer confronts Jamie about the haunting.
What are we gonna do?
About what?
About the house. Lauren was attacked. I'm really worried.
I don't know, Jen. I just can't believe this stuff is happening to us.
In the world I live in, if someone's a threat, you can face it. And there I felt like there's just nothing I could do. I couldn't really give them any peace of mind. I mean, what could I really say?
It was really frustrating that Jamie did not believe.
Well, I'm gonna find someone who can help us.
Okay.
I knew that my house was haunted. I had to get help. I had to do something because I did not know what was going to happen next.
With the help of friends, Jennifer finds Toni Talley, a paranormal expert, and invites her to investigate the house.
My name is Toni. I'm an empath, and that means that I feel things very deeply about environments and people.
Right away, Toni feels that the energy surrounding the house is off.
When I arrived on the property, something just didn't ring right. I felt very uncomfortable. The level of negativity made you feel like you had to look over your shoulder. You definitely knew something just wasn't right.
Hi, I'm Toni. Jennifer reached out to me.
My biggest hope with Miss Toni coming to the house was just to tell Jennifer that's all in her head and go back to being life as normal and just forget about the whole thing.
Hi, thank you so much for coming.
How is Lauren?
She is still really upset.
You could just really see that Jen was wearing the stress. You could see tightness in her jaws. Her whole body language just really showed that she'd been under stress for a while.
She was refusing to sleep in her room.
Well, that's where I'd like to begin. In Lauren's room. Is it upstairs?
Yes, it's the first door on your right.
Toni can immediately sense an evil force at work when, suddenly,
That dark energy, he had written his name in the mirror, H-A-L, Hal. I was awestruck. I wanted to run.
For the past few months, Jennifer and her two teenage daughters have been spooked by what they believe is a ghost in their Pensacola, Florida home. Then, Jennifer's oldest daughter, Lauren, is attacked.
Lauren! Honey, what's wrong?
As I saw the marks on her arm, I was terrified. I knew that if it had attacked her on this level, I was afraid what was going to be next.
A skeptic of the paranormal, Jennifer's fiancé, Jamie, has been no source of comfort.
I just thought people were just a little overdramatic. If the wind blew, they'd blame it on a ghost. I quite frankly didn't believe in it.
Feeling desperate and alone in her fight, Jennifer calls upon Toni Talley, an empath with the ability to feel the presence of entities from other worlds.
My biggest hope was that Miss Toni would be able to come in and give us our house and our lives back again.
It doesn't take long for the ghost to introduce himself.
There was a large mirror that had partially fogged, and that dark energy, he had written his name in the mirror, H-A-L, Hal. I was up close and personal and in a one-sided fist fight with dark evil energy.
You are not welcome here. You must leave this house.
You hear about things like this, but till you see it with your own eyes, you just always kind of have a little bit of doubt when you hear other people talk about it. Well, now here I am in the situation that I can't doubt the people that have invited me. On the inside, it made me feel nervous. Even though I was very afraid, the family needed me to be stable and confident to get this energy out of their home.
The only spirit welcome in this house is the Spirit of God.
The ghost of Hal eventually draws Tony to the backyard, where a feeling of dread immediately washes over her.
As I made my way around the outside of the home, it became very clear that a lot of lives were lost on that property. As an empath, coming in contact with that kind of feeling is extreme sadness.
And then she sees them.
I had a flash vision of multiple people hanging from the trees.
The men appear to be slaves. The house sits near Escambia Bay, believed to have been the site of a slave plantation in the 19th century. According to Tony's vision, Hal was the plantation's slave master.
I came to the conclusion that this entity, Hal, was over the slaves, somebody who mistreated the slaves. These are people that died without their last rites. They died under the most cruel circumstances. I knew this house had a very dark presence. I knew the family was in danger.
Tony gathers the family together and confirms their worst nightmare. Their house is haunted by an evil ghost.
I know who attacked Lauren. His name is Hal. And he used to live on this land.
Hal was a plantation master. It was ingrained in his personality to be cruel and inhumane. And he brought that with him into his afterlife. I could see Hal to be in excess of 6'2", very large build, very balded looking, a scour across his face all the time. You could see the meanness on this person from the top of his head to the soles of his feet. If he were to laugh or smile, it would be at somebody else's weakness or pain.
I had not told her anything about what he looked like or what we had actually seen. She came in and described it to a T.
I wanted to feel relieved, but I didn't. I felt more terrified knowing that someone who was an expert in this sort of thing had seen the exact same figure that I had seen. It actually made me more scared to be at the house.
So how do we get rid of him?
I believe we need to do a house cleansing. And I'm going to start in Lauren's room.
At this point in time, I was willing to try anything to reclaim my house.
It was surreal that Miss Tony was able to validate some of the things that were going on there. One half of me, I wanted to believe her, and the other half of me still didn't.
I hereby banish all negative energy from this house.
I knew that at that point, the mission was to rid the house of all that darkness and all that evilness.
Through the power of light and love.
For the next few days, the family senses a levity in the house, as if Hal has disappeared.
After the cleansing on the house, it just felt completely different. It felt like it had felt when we first moved in. We had this little glimmer of hope that the cleansing had worked.
Everybody in the house just had an initial sigh of relief. Like, this is done. It's finished. I was incredibly hopeful that we were going to get our life back, that the house was going to once again be my dream home.
But the peaceful state of the house is about to come to an abrupt end. Hal is back. Ever since they moved into their $1 million mansion in Pensacola, Florida, Jennifer and her teenage daughters have been tormented by the ghost of a former slave plantation master named Hal.
All of us were scared. There was a lot of tension in the house because we didn't know what to expect anymore.
In the fall of 2009, despite her fiancé Jamie's disbelief in ghosts, Jennifer brings in an expert to cleanse the house of the evil spirit. But she soon finds out it didn't work.
He was back, and he was back with a vengeance.
I felt just a kind of a grip on my ankle. I have this just gripping fear go through my body, like this is someone trying to hurt me. I knew that someone was under my bed. Being a good Southern Christian boy, I keep a black Bible right by my bed with a .45 loaded and cocked right on top of it.
What is it?
There's someone under the bed!
I was terrified. I didn't realize what was going on and what was happening.
You got 3 seconds to come out, I'm gonna open fire!
I just wanted to get at it, and I wanted to inflict pain on it.
Ah!
There was nothing there. Nothing. That was impossible, and it freaked me out.
Jamie realizes he's up against the same evil force that's been after his family, and now it's after him.
This is my house!
I just lost it.
This is my house!
I went on a tirade.
This is my house!
A normal person would probably think I was insane.
You wanna bully somebody, bully me!
I felt so helpless.
This is my house!
I have a loaded .45 and I can't defend myself. I knew that this was Hal. He wanted to ruin my life and my family, and he was not going to stop till he did.
It was completely terrifying to know that whatever this was could pull a man out of bed like it did. It terrified all of us.
For Jamie, this was the first time that he knew in his heart of hearts that the house really was haunted. It caused him to feel like he wasn't in charge of his household anymore. There was something there that was bigger, something there that had more control. That scared Jamie.
With nowhere else to turn, Jennifer pleads with empath Tony Talley to come to their aid once again.
I was hopeful that she might still be able to help us. Maybe something was just inadvertently left out the first time that would completely cleanse the house and give us back our home and our family.
That night, Tony returns to do a second cleansing. 18-year-old Lauren and 17-year-old Candace are not present.
I need you to remain in prayer with me and focus your energy. I hereby banish all negative energy from this home.
When I was invited to come back to the home the second time,
The Lord is my shepherd.
after walking through and blessing and praying again, I knew it would take divine intervention to be able to get that dark energy out of there.
He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake.
It made me very afraid for the family, afraid for the teenage daughters, afraid for anybody else really that would come into that home. All at once, there was a very large thud on the wall directly behind me.
Tony has made someone angry.
I just kind of like lost the feeling of direction.
I shall fear no.
She just does an immediate stop and gets thrown back against the wall.
Tony!
It felt like somebody had punched me.
My arm.
What?
As she takes her hand away, it's pretty obvious that something
Oh my my God, what is
The only
that?
way to describe it looked like something bitter. It was gruesome. I mean, it was bad.
It made me feel like I was up against the most evil thing I've ever faced in my life.
Tony reluctantly claims defeat. It appears Hal has won.
I can't help you anymore. Everything until now has just been a warning.
Miss Tony said that she didn't feel that she alone would be enough to rid the house and the land from Hal.
I knew Hal was not going to leave. This energy that Hal is, this is beyond where my expertise lies. Hal's energy was just not going to go easily. It really required divine intervention.
I'll find someone to help you. But I can't tell you what to do. Only your hearts can do that.
She said that there was not going to be a happy ending, that this is only going to get worse. She really felt that we were in danger.
It was devastating because you spend most of your life thinking and dreaming about an opportunity to live in a house like that, 5,000 square foot, and it turns out to be a living nightmare.
For now, Jamie and Jennifer decide to keep Hal's attack on Tony a secret from the girls. But they do tell them they are thinking about moving.
I was ready to be out of that house and try to get the normalcy back in our lives. But after everything that had happened, I was ready to go.
But it won't be soon enough.
I went into my mom's closet.
For the past 7 months, Jennifer and her family have been living in a haunted $1 million mansion near Escambia Bay, Florida, while an angry ghost targets family members one by one. An empath has had visions of a ghost named Hal, who she believes used to be a slave plantation master.
He's angry.
I was scared to death. He was a bully. He liked being in control. He liked people to be afraid of him.
And has warned them they are in great danger. The family makes plans to move out of what was once their dream house as soon as possible.
When Miss Tony shared with us that we were in danger, Jamie and I decided to have a serious talk about the house. We didn't know where we would go, but we didn't know what else to do. We had to think about the girls.
I saw this shadow figure, and I knew that it was Hal. I felt this burning feeling on the back of my neck. I just remember it hurting so bad.
What? My God!
She had a scratch going from the base of her hairline halfway down her back.
For Jennifer, this is the last straw.
We're leaving right now.
It was at this point that I said, I don't care. My kids, this is not worth this. I don't care about the house. I want out, and I want out now. As much as I had loved the house, I didn't want it.
I didn't care about having my own room anymore. I didn't care about how big the house was. I was done. I couldn't handle that house anymore.
Come on, Candace, come on.
Doesn't matter what it costs, doesn't matter what the devastation is financially. It's time to say goodbye, cut our losses, and get my family to safety. As crazy as it sounds, I felt like I was in a fight. with what was in that house.
Girls, come on, get in the car. Let's go. Get in, please. Come on.
And I've never walked away from a fight. That's the moment I had to concede that it won, that I would have to take my hit and move on. I focused straight, I put that car in drive, and never looked back.
After this happened, we were struggling financially for a little while because all of our money was tied up in the house. We sold the house back to the bank, and the house that we paid $1 million for was sold for $119,000. I'm very blessed that we were able to get out unhurt and relocate and have our family together and safe. It was a very, very difficult time.
Before I moved into the house, I did not believe in ghosts at all. I don't know that it's something that I'll ever fully put behind me. I think that it's something that I'll always deal with.
I completely believe in the paranormal now. Whereas before, I would laugh at anybody that said it. Until you live it, don't judge it, because it is real.
I was very sick for the next few years after coming in contact with that house. I had to have an emergency surgery. They removed a mystery 4-pound tumor that had doubled my intestine in half. It was life-threatening. I stopped doing house blessings altogether. I believe that opens a gateway that invites dark, evil energy.
I don't think I'll ever be the same again. I don't really think there's any way you could. You can't experience things happening like this to your family, things happening like this in your own home, and forget about it. It changes who you are. I don't know if whatever this was has manifested itself at all to the people that are living there now, but I have no doubt it's still there.
A family of 5 moves into their dream house in the country
Everybody had their own bedroom.
It felt safe.
and soon encounters paranormal activity. What begins with footsteps and imaginary friends
Something was there.
escalates into something so evil
I saw her laying in a puddle of blood, and I thought she was dead.
and so powerful it may never be tamed.
Cast into hell all the evil spirits. Amen.
In America, there is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality. Brookville, Ohio is a farming community on the outskirts of Dayton. It's one of those everyone knows your business sort of places. Settled in 1850, Brookville sprung up from nowhere along newly laid railroads built to connect larger cities.
I grew up in the country. It was safe, fun, big yards, close-knit community, and that's what I wanted for my children.
All right, come on, let's get in here. Get in there, little tiger.
In the fall of 2008, Alicia Cain and her husband Scott
We got quite a haul.
moved their family from Sioux Falls, South Dakota to rural Brookville.
When we saw this house, we knew that it was going to be perfect.
Everything kind of reminded us of where we lived at before, and we kind of fell in love with the place right off the bat.
Did you scare them?
Oh, gosh.
Mac is 15.
What about you? Do people think you're a witch?
Farah is 10.
And what about you, little devil?
And Marissa is 6.
Financially, we were very stable. She was able to stay at home with the kids and not have to worry about work.
It was a quiet little town. Everyone knew everyone. It felt safe.
Inside, the 4-bedroom house feels spacious and open.
Look at this.
We've always been in smaller homes, and it was a good-sized house, and we would have plenty of room.
Everybody had their own bedroom, and there was lots of space for everyone to run around. And
Who's got some candy for Dad, huh?
What is that?
But the house and property are not as ideal as they appear to be. Within these walls, bad things have happened. Spirits are not at rest. By March of 2009, the family has settled in. Scott's job as a corporate auditor often takes him away from home, leaving Alicia to tend to the kids and household duties.
At that time, my husband was staying out of town a lot.
all I wanted to do was be there with them, and all they wanted was for me to be there with them, and it was pretty difficult. Sometimes I spend 2 weeks at a time away from home and come home on the weekend and then go right back. It was really hard on all of us.
Six months after moving into the house, weird things started happening. I heard footsteps, and it sounded like bare feet hitting the wood floor. I just had this eerie feeling. I couldn't see anything, but something was there. All of a sudden, I heard footsteps. They were getting closer and closer. All of a sudden, it stopped.
Mac?
When I didn't see anything, it made me feel like maybe it was just me. I felt confused, frightened, crazy. My gut told me that something wasn't right in that house.
Alicia decides to keep the strange experiences to herself. When Scott returns home from his business trip, she feels safe once again. But one night, Alicia suddenly wakes up to intense heat. It feels as if the house is on fire.
I was really hot. I had to throw the covers off. It must have been 90 degrees in that house. I was burning up.
Scott. Did you turn up the furnace? Scott.
At first, I thought maybe the children had turned the heat all the way up.
But the thermostat has not been touched.
So I went to go check the furnace. The furnace was turned all the way up. I knew it was weird that there was nothing to explain it, but I just kind of let it go.
One afternoon, Alicia hears something out of the ordinary.
What's your brother's name?
It sounds as if her daughter Marissa is having a conversation.
I have a brother too. His name is Mac.
I noticed that she was talking to somebody that wasn't there.
Who are you talking to, Marissa?
Jacob.
She was telling me that it was a little boy named Jacob and his brother named Stephen.
Him and his brother Stephen used to live here. Look, I drew a picture of them.
Why are they wearing masks?
Jacob said they got hurt real bad.
She told me that they wore sacks over their heads because they got burned in a fire and they didn't want to scare her. She said the house was right where our house is now. She said the little boys were upstairs in the loft playing. The dad was outside tending to the animals. The mom was cooking. The kitchen stove was a wood stove, and that's what caught fire.
Stephen, Jacob, where are you?
It all made sense now. The creaking, the footsteps, the furnace. I knew something was going on in that house.
Where are Jacob and Stephen now?
Right there.
I didn't know what to think, but when Marissa told me everything in detail, so much detail, I knew she couldn't be making it up. It frightened me.
In the fall of 2008, the Cain family, Alicia, Scott, and their 3 children, move into a house in Brookville, Ohio. At first, all is well, until a few months later when Alicia begins to suspect their home is haunted. Wherever she goes, Alicia feels as if something or someone is taunting her.
I heard footsteps and the furnace was turned all the way up. I felt uneasy about the house, what was going on, but I didn't know what to do about it.
But then, 6 months after moving in, the situation becomes disturbing when her 6-year-old daughter Marissa begins talking to imaginary friends she says died in a fire on the property.
When Marissa told me everything in detail, so much detail, I knew she couldn't be making it up. And I started feeling that the little boys haunted the house. My gut told me that something wasn't right. I just wanted answers.
Alicia has not said a word to her husband, Scott.
I decided not to tell Scott because he was out of town working a lot.
Instead, she takes matters into her own hands and does some research at the local historic society.
I was hoping to find answers of the owners, who lived there, who's died there, anything I could think of.
What Alicia discovers rattles her to her core. Factual evidence to back up her daughter's story.
I found out there was a home on the property in 1865 and that it had burned down, so that confirmed what Marissa had told me. In that moment, I knew something was going on in that house.
The records offer nothing more about the house or its inhabitants, but Alicia believes her daughter's new friends were burned alive on their land.
It made me feel very frightened. I wasn't scared of ghosts, but I was scared of the unknown.
That night, Alicia tells her husband about the records of the fire and Marissa's new friends.
I'm really worried about Marissa. What if they're not imaginary friends? I don't know, what if
What if our house is haunted? I found this map in the Historical Society, Scott.
Honey, she's just using her imagination. It's normal behavior for a kid her age in a new place.
I kind of reassured her that kids have imaginary friends and it's kind of normal and there's nothing odd about it or strange. She's the youngest and the two older kids would kind of leave her out of stuff, so I just thought she was trying to make her own friend, you know, have someone to talk to because they were kind of older and kind of ignored her a lot of times, so I just thought she was trying to have a friend, imaginary friend.
I was a little upset that he didn't believe, but I wasn't scared of the little boys. I felt like they weren't there to hurt us, that they were just trying to let us know what happened to them.
It's an old house. When you turn the hot water on, the pipes knock and make noises underneath the house, and the doors all creak, and when the wind blows, you could hear it in the windows, and when cars drive by, it's kind of loud sometimes, and the lights will play tricks on you.
I just tried to not focus on the house being haunted and live normal.
Then, a few weeks later,
Mom, someone's in my room.
Scott, Marissa said somebody's in her room.
You could tell she was very upset.
Relax, sweetie. You're probably just having a nightmare.
Maybe she should sleep in here tonight.
Honey, it's fine. Come on, kiddo. Let's go check this out.
That made me feel uneasy, very uneasy. I didn't like it that my child was upset and scared.
Go ahead. Go on, jump up there. Now, I want you to understand there's nothing in here that can hurt you, okay?
Okay.
I think me trying to protect them, I was trying not to scare them, but I think it might have backfired a little bit because then they were saying, you know, Dad doesn't believe me or doesn't trust me.
I love you.
It's 2010. For months, Alicia Cain has been convinced that her house is haunted by the spirits of young boys who died in a fire on the property long ago. Her 6-year-old daughter carries on conversations with the ghosts who appear friendly.
What's your brother's name?
While her husband, Scott, refuses to believe.
Honey, she's just using her imagination.
One night, young Marissa is visited by a much more terrifying entity.
Mom, someone's in my room.
Honey, it's fine. Come on, kiddo. Let's go check this out. There's nothing in here that can hurt you.
All of a sudden, we heard this terrifying scream. She said she saw a woman in her room. She said the woman's dress was torn and she was bleeding. It was very real to her.
I had never seen her that scared before.
It's okay.
What happened?
Nothing. Marissa's older siblings, Mac and Farah, are concerned about their sister.
I knew something was definitely strange going on.
But Scott still isn't ready to accept that his house is haunted.
Scott thought that because we were talking about the little boys, it stirred up Marissa's imagination.
Come on. She can stay in our room tonight.
I knew 100% that my house was haunted. I was starting to think that there was more to it, not just the little boy ghost.
Over the next few weeks, everyone in the family is on edge. Even Scott feels the tension.
I started noticing that the kids were a little more skittish in certain areas of the house, and the girls wanted to start sharing a room together. They didn't want to sleep alone. And so we moved Marissa out of her room into Farah's room. The whole kind of vibe of the house had started to change.
We were all walking on eggshells. We didn't know what to do. We were all very scared.
But with Scott working out of town much of the time, it's Alicia who must cope with what her husband still denies. That something sinister inhabits her home.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen next.
Marissa? Farah? Mac?
I was starting to think maybe something bad happened in that house.
Miranda, no!
Didn't you guys hear me calling?
Sorry.
As soon as I went upstairs, I seen him laughing and having a good time, and I was so relieved.
Where'd you get these?
I'm the Chung.
I started paying more attention to the kids and keeping them more close to me.
They almost fit you.
Hey, Mom, come look at this.
All of a sudden, Mac handed me this bloody, ripped-up shirt that he had found. It had been placed in the eave of the attic.
Give me that. Kids, go downstairs.
But Mom.
Now.
Alicia believes the bloody shirt has a connection to the woman who scared Marissa in her room.
It was like someone was trying to hide it.
When are you coming home?
And Alicia would call me all stressed out, and then it would be like we'd fight over the phone, and then I'd want to just come home right away, but I couldn't because I had to stay for work. It was really, really hard.
Something is in this house.
Scott still didn't want to believe it. I was all alone, dealing with a stressful situation.
All right.
I felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to. I felt alone, scared. I didn't know what to do. I decided to talk to my neighbors to see if they knew anything that had happened in that house.
Excuse me. Do you know if anything strange ever happened in my house?
I just can't believe you're living in that house. You know someone was murdered there, right?
Murdered? What do you mean?
We were all shocked.
My neighbor told me that the previous person that lived in that house had shot and killed his wife.
She was just real sweet. A beautiful girl. What a tragedy.
A According to local newspapers, the murder took place in the early 1980s.
Where are you gonna go, Miranda? Where are you gonna go? You have nothing without me. You understand me?
The newspaper article said they had been in an argument.
Miranda, no!
And he shot her twice in the back. It confirmed what had been going on in the house, what Marissa had seen. It's when I realized that the house was really haunted. I was feeling every kind of emotion there is possible. I was scared, frustrated, angry, and now I was worried about my family. I felt completely powerless.
But the real terror for Alicia's family is just beginning. A few days later, Farah hears strange sounds coming from somewhere in the house.
Mom? 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 Mom?
In Brookville, Ohio, Alicia Cain believes her new house is inhabited by the ghosts of two young boys who perished in a fire many years earlier.
After thinking about it, I realized that the boys weren't trying to hurt us.
But the haunting intensifies when Alicia learns a woman was murdered in her house.
Miranda, no!
Mom?
Now, the murdered woman's spirit begins targeting Farah, Alicia's oldest daughter.
Mom?
All of a sudden, I heard this terrifying scream. And Farah was crying and shaking. It was awful.
What happened? I saw her, Mom. I saw her.
She said she heard creaking come from the bathroom, and she saw a bloody woman. She was bloody all over. She had blood coming from her eyes. I tried to calm her down, but it was really hard. She was really freaking out. The way Farah described it, it seemed as if it was the same woman that Marissa had seen.
Alicia is devastated.
It all made sense now, the clothes that Mac found and what Marissa saw. I was absolutely terrified. It was now targeting my kids, and I didn't know what to do.
Alicia feels betrayed because no one told her a murder took place in her home.
I was scared, frustrated, angry that no one told us what happened in the home, and now I was worried about my family. I went to go get the clothes that Mac had found. I threw them in the fire, and I thought it would get rid of everything that's happened. I just wanted it to all go away.
Alicia? What's wrong?
Did you know a woman was murdered in our house?
I didn't really want to believe it still. I was still kind of in denial about it. But when Alicia had told me that the previous owner had murdered his wife in the house, it kind of made everything fall into place.
That's who Marissa saw in her bedroom that night. And Farah saw her in the bathroom this afternoon. And she was covered in blood.
Everything that the kids had experienced, everything that Alicia had experienced, it all made sense. And it kind of floored me.
I found this in the newspaper.
It was, it was staring us right in the face.
I'm so sorry. I didn't believe you.
The evidence overwhelms Scott. He finally believes the house is haunted and accepts the idea that his family needs help.
I knew that she was pretty much at her wit's end, and we needed to find somebody to help us. She was gonna fall apart, the kids were gonna fall apart, everything was just gonna go south from there if we didn't get help.
We knew that we had to find somebody to help us. We couldn't do it on our own. A mutual friend helped us find the Foremans from Living Dead Paranormal.
Soon after, the team of 3 brothers, Josh, Sean, and Rocky Foreman, arrive at the house. The Cain children spend the night with a friend to ensure their safety.
On this particular case, we started up on the 2nd floor because it was one of the areas when we were doing the walkthrough, you got the heaviness on your chest, and it was also the area that the family was having most of their experiences.
Was that open a minute ago?
I don't think so.
Let's go check out the attic.
Okay.
As soon as I open the attic door, you hear a female voice, just plain as day. It was real drawn out. She goes, "No." It was like she was standing right there with us. At that point, you know, part of you says, you know, get the hell out of the house.
But Josh feels a sense of responsibility to the family. Overcoming his fear, he and Rocky proceed with the investigation.
What was that?
I don't know. Something's in here.
He immediately got a sad feeling, and you know, he had asked if I was feeling the same thing he was feeling, because a lot of times, you know, when you're in the middle of an investigation, you'll get different emotions, you know, from sadness or fear. And just going up the attic, you got that heavy feeling. It was just like an overwhelming sadness.
Are you here with us now? What do you want? What do you want from us?
For the past 2 years, the Cain family has been terrorized by the ghost of a woman who was murdered in their Brookville, Ohio home. The Cains knew nothing about the killing before they moved in. Their daughter's terrifying encounter with the murdered woman's spirit forces Alicia and Scott to seek help from paranormal expert Josh Foreman and his brothers.
Honestly, I really didn't know if it was gonna work or not. I didn't know what to think about the whole thing.
While investigating in the attic, Josh and Rocky make contact with the murdered woman.
Are you here with us now? What do you want? What do you want from us?
We heard a female voice, plain as day again, like she was standing right there with us, said, "Shoot the Foremans."
When you actually get an EVP, knowing that it's your last name is really uneasy.
We've investigated a lot of homes, and we've never ran into anything that was this aggressive. It was definitely eerie to get something that clear. It really validated for us that, you know, whatever was in this house is linked to the murder. We need to pick it up a notch and do whatever we could do to help this family.
Josh breaks the news to Alicia and Scott. This ghost is upset and hell-bent on disrupting their family.
I believe the woman who was murdered in this house is still here.
This was the home that she was supposed to start her family and raise her kids. And then in a very tragic and sudden way, all those dreams were ripped away from her.
The foremans told us it would only get worse from there.
I tried to debunk things that happened that I couldn't explain or had no excuse for it, but everything that was happening was real.
Josh provides a solution.
We'd like to bring someone in to perform a cleansing.
We were at our wits' ends on it, so we didn't know what to do. I was terrified. I was hopeful that the cleansing would help.
Father Alan Dersham arrives at the Cain house prepared to confront an angry, restless spirit. He's a special kind of priest with many tools at his disposal. He's what's called an eclectic priest.
I follow many different religions to combat the spiritual world. As soon as I got to the property, I felt an immediate, strong, dark presence. I know it didn't want me there.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Something was very hostile. It was almost like it was wanting me to get back in my car and leave.
While the family waits in another section of the house, Alan uses rites and rituals from 5 different religions to cast out the restless spirits.
When I set up a cleansing, I picked the centermost room of the house and I burn a black candle that will absorb every negative energy into the house.
It was strange to have this man with all this weird stuff that we've never had in our home before, but we were willing to try anything.
Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Safeguard us against the wickedness and the snares of the devil.
I could sense spirits of children there as well as a darker spirit. The children's spirits seemed to be more welcoming and just curious. They seemed to be stuck in the home. The dark entity was on the upper levels of the house, towards the attic and the second floor. The darker spirit in the home was very angry, and you could tell it definitely didn't want me there. I'm at battle with the spiritual realm for this family.
By the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about this world seeking the ruin of souls.
My goal is to get rid of it. Nothing's going to steer me from that goal.
Amen.
I felt very strongly that I had eliminated a presence within the home.
For 1 week, life in the house returns to normal. All paranormal activity stops. Alicia and Scott are relieved, hopeful the cleansing has worked.
It felt as if this big cloud had lifted off of our family.
I was happy. The kids were happy. Everything was pretty much back to the way it was before.
It felt like at the beginning when we first moved into the house.
But the haunting is far from over.
I started feeling this burning on my leg. I was very terrified. All of a sudden, I looked down and saw blood on the bathroom floor. I followed the trail down the hall.
For more than 2 years, the Cain family has been terrified by the bloody spirit of an angry woman murdered in their Brookville, Ohio home. After bringing in professional help and getting the house cleansed, the family believes their nightmare is over.
Cast into hell all the evil spirits. Amen.
But it's not. It's back with a vengeance.
I saw her laying in a puddle of blood, and I thought she was dead.
Marissa? Marissa? Marissa?
She woke up and she didn't know what had happened. It looked like she had had a nosebleed, but it wasn't a normal nosebleed.
What happened?
This was my baby, and it terrified me.
Alicia rushes Marissa to the doctor, who explains it's just a bad nosebleed. Alicia believes it's something more sinister.
It was too much blood. Realizing that ghosts could touch you or harm you was absolutely terrifying. I tried to protect my kids, but how can I protect my kids when I can't even protect myself? I felt like it was only going to get worse.
This is the last straw for the Cain family.
To feel safer, we all decided to start sleeping in the living room so we could all be closer together. We felt we could keep a better eye on the kids.
There was so much stuff happening that we couldn't even keep up with it. It was too much.
The family decides to move out as soon as possible, but for financial reasons, they have no idea when that will be.
We are currently trying to get out of the house. It has been a burden on all of us to not be able to just leave the house. We're financially stuck, but we are saving to get out as quickly as possible.
Me and Alicia decided that was it. We weren't going to take all the stuff anymore. We weren't going to go through everything again. We're trying to ignore all the other stuff that goes on and just concentrate on getting out of there. I had to go and have that talk with my kids again, that we gotta be strong.
Dad, what if the ghost comes in here?
Paranormal investigator Josh Foreman plans a formal exorcism of the house once the Cain family moves. He hopes to make it safe for future inhabitants.
Personally, for me, I was devastated to hear that the activity came back, because we had tried everything that we knew from the different experiences we've had over the last 10 years of investigating the paranormal.
But there is a chance that whatever they do, the spirits may never be driven from the property.
It needs to be something more in your face that's really gonna push this thing. It's really time for us to think outside the box. My only hope is whatever this is doesn't follow them, and they can be at peace finally.
One thing is certain, the Cain family will be forever haunted by the experience.
I was definitely a skeptic. I didn't really believe in paranormal. No, I really don't know what to tell people. I wouldn't wish anybody to go through anything like that. It's horrible. It's not fun and games. It's really rough.
It's not what I was intending for my children at all. It hurts a lot. It feels like I'm not protecting my family the way I should. I hope and I pray that my kids can get over this. I feel very lucky we have survived.